Hi, my name is Vic Mignogna, the voice of Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, and guess what? You're watching Flame Runner.
If you have watched the anime, you are aware that Philosopher's Stones have been created in history by sacrificing mass amounts of people. However, in this scenario, the subjects are willing to give their lives to someone they trust. This is something that the series hasn't addressed, and there is no clear answer to who is in the right. Ed is horrified that anyone would even consider trying to create a Philosopher's Stone, but after seeing how much the Milosians have suffered, don't they have a right to give their lives to a cause they believe in? This is actually one of the few times the movie presents us with a conflict that is worth thinking about. The Elrics leave, not wanting to take part in the creation of a Philosopher's Stone. However, Ed has a change of heart when he witnesses Pedro's funeral.
These are folks who died today. Tia got hurt while she was picking through the garbage. Anita died in childbirth, along with her baby, I'm afraid. And Lucio down there was shot like a dog when he set his hand on the border cliff.
How horrible. They were all so young.
These things happen every day here. Isn't that right, Pedro? You knew how it was and you were fighting to do something about it.
The Elrics decide to try and find the stone themselves, after cleaning up after themselves. Wow, that's a first.
Good enough for government work anyway.
Their search leads them to a vacant underground city, where in the most shocking twist, Major Soyuz turns out to be evil. And he reveals his nefarious plan to, get this, find the Philosopher's Stone so that he can sell it. Yeah, that makes sense. Sell a stone that can turn lead into gold. But Ed and Al manage to escape, thanks to the fact that these soldiers can't aim. The Central Division finally arrives in Table City, and find that the city is already being raided by the Milosians. Going back to a point I made before, why is it that Ed is disinterested in the Milosian raid of Table City? Ed is perfectly fine with walking away from this conflict without any sense of duty. I mean, look at this. There've gotta be some Amestrian civilian casualties. Ed does ultimately get involved after hearing the Major's plan, but that's only to warn Julia that it's a trap. It just seems so out of character for both Ed and Al to have such a black and white view of the situation. Disregarding Ed's warning, Julia and the Black Bats are led by Ashley to a tower that he says will give them the location of the stone. Whoa! Holy shit!
What are you?
Well, in a twist that I admittedly did not see coming, Ashley reveals that he is not Ashley. He is actually Lieutenant Atlas, one of the Kraden soldiers who was charged with protecting the Kradens. But when he found out about their research into the Philosopher's Stone, he devised a plan to kill their parents and find the location of the Philosopher's Stone. He ripped Ashley's face off and tore away the map that was engraved on his skin. However, since Julia, being only a child, did not have a fully grown body, her map was not proportionate to Ashley's. Speaking of which, why do parents keep putting their alchemic research on their children? It's like putting a bullseye on them. So Ashley and his fellow conspirators, who is one of the Black Bats, waited till Julia was older to finally fuse the maps.
See? We wanted to establish our own country. One that would rival Amestris and Kreta. Now we finally can.
Who are you? Traitors.
As I said, you've done well, but now your work is finished. But why? Well, for your blood, of course. We haven't got enough yet to complete the transmutation circle.
I'm sorry, I know this is horrific, but how can you not find some amusement in Atlas's psychotic glee? The blood contributions activates the city's ancient mechanisms, sending countless Amestrian soldiers to their death, finally completing the Philosopher's Stone. He then forcefully fuses the two transmutation circles together, revealing the location of the Philosopher's Stone.
Now I have no more use for you. Almost none, anyway. I still need your blood for the transmutation circles.
Get out of here! You're alive!
But not for long.
Oh my god, there's more backstabbing than... I actually don't have a joke. Ed and Al show up just in time, but Atlas uses his new map to find the Philosopher's Stone. Ed, Al, and Julia follow him.
Stop me.
Atlas finds the Philosopher's Stone and Ed tries and stops him from using it when... What? No, it couldn't be. Oh my god, what is this? An action scene that does not turn the characters into jello? Fluent animation where characters keep their shape. Oh my god! Edward manages to get the stone away from him when... this happens.
No! Don't do it! Don't swallow it! The star is gonna consume your soul!
You will give the star back to me.
Yeah, this makes no sense. First off, this has never been established that someone eating a Philosopher's Stone consumes your soul. Kimberly ate his Philosopher's Stone and kept it for safekeeping for years in prison, and that had no effect on him. And Hohenheim has his soul fused with the Philosopher's Stone, and he hasn't been corrupted in any way. Also, she's now able to shoot out these beams of energy out of her hand, though, to be fair, we are never told you can't do this. Anyway, the Kratons open up a channel in the lava to wipe out the Milosians. Julia rushes to stop the lava using her newfound powers, while Ed meets up with the central cast. Good thing too, because Winry needs to fulfill the only reason she's in these movies, fixing Ed's automail. And after ripping off a huge chunk of skin, being stabbed in the back, being fried by Philosopher's Stone energy, and thrown around like a rag doll, Atlas is still somehow alive.
Who are you?
Oh, and add being impaled in the palms to that list too.
Before you peeled off my face, people knew me as Ashley Crike. You stripped the skin from my face and under my arm. But I found the sanguine star that my parents had kept hidden for their research. By using its power, I was able to survive.
Okay, that's great and all, but can we please get an explanation to how you were able to use your alchemic surveillance?
Damn you! I've come so far! You can apologize to them in the afterlife.
Given Atlas's track record, I'm sure he'll come back from this.
With our current strength and numbers, we have no hope of winning against Kreta or Amestris.
We must go after the power of the Holy Land. Once we have that, then nobody can defeat us. If we want freedom, we need the Sanguine Star.
Do you have any idea how much blood you're about to spill? And to what end?
Turn back! It's too risky! The city is insane!
We've come too far to just give up now.
The second cordon has been breached!
No! Don't do it!
The star is born.
Fullmetal Alchemist, the sacred star of Milos. Next Saturday, 1:30. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.